All right, we are live once again. Another month, another hangout, and this time we're in Norway, and it's Christmas, or rather, it's a couple of weeks after Christmas.
Yeah, January.
If you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, you can go to patreon.com and take part in the next live hangout. This is for patrons only for the moment.
Yeah. We're just, as usual, checking the technical stuff.
There's always stuff to do.
Seems like the stream is looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're in Norway. We spent the last 2 months on La Palma, one of the Canary Islands, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
We had some good fruit. We had some sunshine. We had lots of nice days. But now we're in Norway and we're happy to just be home a little bit. Hello, it's me. Hello, Mom.
Our mother's in the chat.
She's downstairs. Nice. If anyone else is watching, you can say hi in the chat.
Or other people can come along as we progress through the live stream as well.
Yeah. So the topic for today is going to be, as we said, our goals and plans for 2017. It's going to be a good, awesome year. We're looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, actually. I don't think I've been this excited about a year in a while.
No, I agree. It's going to be like the coolest year ever. So let's just start. Let's get into it and talk a little bit about what our plans are and what we think, how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
Of course, as you know, in the meantime, as we're talking, you can always say something in the chat if you have something to say about what we're saying, or if you have some thoughts or any questions or anything like that, you can say hello. That's super cool. And yeah. So
let's start where we are right now. We are in Norway, and our immediate plans are gonna happen quite soon.
Yeah.
And for once, we are actually going to different places.
We're gonna have some time apart. We spent for the last 5 years or so, we've been spending a lot of time together, traveling around, and at times we go separate places as well. Like I might go somewhere for a while by myself. Mats might be somewhere else for himself, that sort of thing, and that's a good thing to do. Tim says, "Sup, chilling, just chilling." And how are you doing, Tim?
How's it in the Netherlands?
The Netherlands.
Yeah. What
I was saying that it's time. It's nice to have some time separate. And right now, well, actually, I was saying for the last 5 years we've been traveling together a lot, and I think that's what I was saying. Yeah. I don't know, but the point is, I'm gonna go to France actually next week. Nice,
a place we've been several times. Actually,
yeah. Our grandmother is from Nice. Our mother is half French. Isn't that right, Mom? You're half French, and that makes us a quarter French. And so we've been going there a lot during our childhood, and yeah, we're familiar with that city, Nice. It's on the southern part of France.
Quite good, actually. It's like it's because it's at the coast. I believe it's quite warm temperatures to be
Mediterranean
area.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, and all, really love the place.
Yeah,
been there several times.
Good to hear. Everything is good, Tim. You're preparing dinner. Yeah, it's a good place. So before I get into more of what I'm going to do there, we can talk about what you're doing back here, because I'll be going there and I have some cool plans, and you got some
I'll be staying here. You might have seen a video where I do talk about this, and the point is I'm going to stay here in Norway, our mother and father is inheriting a farm, a family farm, and we were just there now, and I'm basically going to stay there from the 12th or 13th of January until, well, forever.
Indefinitely, almost.
Yeah, I don't know. The point is that they're selling this house, which is our childhood home, and I'm going to be cleaning out the old farm,
Yeah.
which is a big job. At the moment, there is no furniture. There is nothing except grime on the walls and dust on the floors in large abundance.
So basically, potential, a
Yeah.
lot of potential. So you're going to be washing,
Mhm.
cleaning,
Like big time.
maybe painting or scraping or
Yeah.
any kind of hard labor, which you
Mhm.
seem to enjoy a lot.
Yeah. I just listening to audiobooks or podcasts and do my thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, so that's what you're going to be doing there for the few months there.
mhm.
It's a bit sad to leave this house, of course, because it's our childhood home.
Mhm.
But the truth is, of course, that we already left this place a few years ago, when we sort of started. Well, I moved out many years ago and started studying in Sydney and London and traveling around. And we started traveling together. We sort of left. But then we've been coming back and going out, coming back, going out, because that's the traveling life,
Yeah.
But it is sad to sort of see this house go, but it is also very satisfying because it means there's a new chapter in life for all of us. Our parents, they're going to stay in that big house, the main house on the farm, and we will be renting a little side building, cottage almost,
Mhm.
for a while. And who knows what the future might bring in terms of living on a farm. And there's a lot of land, and it might be possible to build something at one point. Who knows?
There's fruit trees there. There's apples and plums, pears, I believe.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of cherries, or like the tastier counterpart of cherries.
Yeah.
What
are they called again?
I don't know.
Well, I think they're called Morello, actually, literally.
Really?
Morello cherries.
Oh, well, they're pretty good
It's a
anyway.
very sweet type of cherry. Yeah, and next week I'm going to Nis, so that's when he's moving up and I'm going down there.
Mhm.
So my plans, well, let's first, the vision for 2017, the feeling I have right now is that, you go through different periods in life. You go through different periods, I guess you could say. And there are some times where you want something, and then there are other times when you want the exact opposite. And for the last 5 years of traveling around, a lot of it is documented on our videos,
Mhm.
traveling around the world, eating fruit, living minimalist style, traveling ultralight. What I've been wanting in those 5 years has been just going with the flow and just being like detached and being spontaneous and not having very strong preferences.
Yeah.
So those years have been floating around. We've been floating around and going with the flow, and seeing what happens, and just experiencing this, experiencing that, going here, going there. Right now I'm feeling like the exact opposite. Actually, I have a strong need to not have anything happen by accident, if you know what I mean. I want everything to be in a particular way.
Mhm.
And the particular way I want it right now is that I want to train, which is my main thing, and we'll get into that more. I have a strong focus and goals that I have in terms of training. So those dominate my life a lot nowadays. Hello, Aneta. Nice to see you. And Mom, she says,
She's saying, I'm going to build muscle as I paint and wash. Yeah, for sure. And it's most important who you live with and not where you live. And that's very true.
Yeah.
Home is where the heart is.
That's true. So yeah, I've got this focus for my training, and I've got this, I got preferences now. I want to stay in one place, preferably most of it in Norway. So actually this year coming up now, we're going to be spending most of it in Norway. Just having that need for a stable base from which to work on certain projects.
It's very interesting how everything in life has the same patterns, and this pattern is like you're building up and you're breaking down, and we've been in a very breaking down period for to begin with, like a few years ago, and then we've kind of plateaued, and now beginning, I guess, last year, but continuing now and really full force now is the building up process.
But to explain that more specifically, because that's such a good analogy or way to describe it, we started getting rid of stuff. We started just not wanting anything, not wanting more than a backpack on, we didn't want shoes. We didn't want nothing. We just wanted to walk out and just head out into the world. We didn't want plans. We bought one-way tickets. We didn't have any schedule. Everything was going with the flow, even on a day-to-day basis, just like what's going to happen today. We'll go to the market. We'll go here, bam, bam, random. And now it's the exact opposite. We're actually starting to go through that phase of building up routines and a life, building a life, which is important sometimes. It depends on which period you are in your life. But as we just said, our life right now is about making those connections and roots. That's what you could call it, actually. It's about getting more rooted in the ground and having more connections with society and ourselves, and having certain goals that we want to achieve. So back to the more mundane description of life, I'm going to go to, well, it's not mundane, but it's just more everyday, normal, going to NIS. What I'm going to do there? Well, I'm going to, my mom, she's renting an apartment in NIS, and I'm going to sublet it from them. So I'm going to stay there by myself in the center of town. And just for a few months, I'm going to focus on myself. It's going to be pretty much all about running, mostly. I'm going to run and go to the gym. Still working on that, both of those areas. And I'm going to work, of course, with YouTube. And we got lots of updates that we want to do to our project in terms of our YouTube channel, our website, all the projects that we're doing. We're going to want to take it all up to another level. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for those months while you are scraping grime off the walls.
Other than that, scraping, I will be going to the gym a lot, probably. I'm really interested in muscle building at the moment.
Yeah, let's talk about our fitness goals, because, and you were starting to do that. It's fair to say that we are obsessed right now about building fitness.
Yeah,
we could say sure. It's for the first time, I would say, in my life. No, not necessarily in my life, but at least in the last part of my life, for the first time, I'm getting to a point where, we've both done, some running and some calisthenics and playing and doing these things for many years. But it's just really this last year now, 2016, that we've come to a point where it's just like consistent. Now we're getting consistent about what we're doing. And there's no doubt we are going to arrive at our goals one way or the other. So your goal is to build muscle, you said.
For sure.
How are you going about it?
Well,
what's your goal specifically? What do you want?
Well, I don't really have that specific goal, so I'm more of a kind of fleeting person. That said, I'm very interested in the process of building more muscle, and I guess what really inspired me to do so was I've always been somewhat inspired, but I'm having a lot of strange back when I'm I've tried endlessly different things to fix it, and nothing seems to work. So I'm hoping that building some,
back muscles,
strong back muscles, will help with that, and I really think it will.
Yeah, because for your physique, even though you're on the low side of musculature, you are very strong, But if there's a weak area in your physique, it's probably back muscles and chest and arms, like upper body mass and strength.
Yeah.
And that's what you're working on. How many times a week are you planning on doing?
Well, probably around 3 times, or it's going to probably be 3 times a week. At least 1 hour, 1.5 hour in the gym. I'm living a little bit outside of town. I'll be taking the bus going to town and going to the gym, then working a little bit afterwards probably, and then going home in the dark, because Norway is pretty crazy at the moment. It is getting dark at around 4.
Yeah, and just a little while ago it was like 3 in the afternoon. Our mom says
there's metal sound and the weak picture.
Yeah,
that's just how it is sometimes.
The sound and the audio,
you can probably turn that off.
The video and the audio quality is sometimes not the best. If you lose the picture, then you can let us know immediately, and then we'll do something about that. But quite likely it's just the way it is with streaming. So yeah, that's nice goals.
Obviously another goal is obviously to fix the house.
But that's not clean. Fitness related.
No, that's true.
We have to stay to one subject at a time. So that's your fitness goals. Do you have any other bodily? And you're doing your stretching routine every morning.
Continuing as always. And I actually got a present for Christmas, which was tires for my bike with
spikes.
Yeah, so I can bike on ice, which is all kinds of crazy, and that'll be kind of interesting. Who knows how much I'll use it? Probably for shorter distances, because it is pretty cold. Yesterday it was minus 11 degrees Celsius, which is kind of common around this time of year. Came snow yesterday or 2 days ago.
Finally came some snow, because it's been no snow
for a long time.
And if it's winter, I prefer it to be snow, actually, just for the emotional, the vibe. And also, especially around Christmas, you want to have a white Christmas, obviously.
Did any of you guys, how has the Christmas been in your place? Has there been any snow? It might have been no.
Canada. Aneta is in Canada. You probably have lots of snow.
Probably.
Let us know. Okay, so my goals are very much running related, of course. I'm planning on this year is going to be my, I'm taking the next step in terms of my running building.
Last year was like your preparation year.
Yeah, my last year was building up to a point where I can train consistently, because you have to train in order to train, so that you can train so that you can race, that sort of thing. The weather sucks down in Netherlands. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I think actually the Netherlands would be a place I wouldn't like to be during winter.
Yeah,
but summer, it's probably pretty nice.
So so I'm going to, this year I'm planning on running a half marathon in May. And probably a full marathon in September, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be ready in September. I'll be ready in the sense that I can do it. You can almost run a marathon on very little training if you want to, but healthfully, that's another question. And if I want to keep racing afterwards, keep training, I don't want to sort of burn myself out or just injure myself in one big long race. So I want to be ready before I do it. So half marathon, definitely. Marathon probably in 2017. So I'm training for that. I'm going to do a 10K in March in Monaco. That's probably how you pronounce it. So that's exciting.
It's going to be your second race.
Yeah, it's going to be my first. Races. It's going to be my first time sort of racing for a time and trying to establish a personal record on the 10K. So yeah, and generally I'm just increasing my mileage, just increasing the volume of my running slowly, so that within the end of the year, I'll be, building up to a certain level, and then come 2018, I'm going to hit the next level and start building up even more and racing even longer. And well, that's the plan anyway. I'll get into also my strength regime, but first,
Aneta had a white Christmas, which is awesome, of course. Today there's minus 16 degrees, and we had like 27.
minus 27.
Yeah.
That's really cold.
Yeah, that's on the verge of terrible, I would say. But yeah, white Christmas. We had a brown Christmas.
Brown Christmas is the worst. Yeah, Tim says that's pretty nice in the summer. Yeah, I can imagine it's pretty awesome there in the summer. So my strength routine, fitness-wise, is just a really great workout right now, actually, before I came here. I'm working only upper body, so I'm resting my lower body in between the runs because I'm already increasing my volume of running, so it's enough. My legs have enough to deal with in terms of adapting to that.
As well as your lower back?
What?
Your lower back?
What about it?
Are you exercising your lower back?
Yes. Yeah. As I said, I'm not exercising my legs because they have enough from the running, but I am working on my upper body, which includes everything above the waist, essentially.
Especially your face.
Especially my face. My face is getting a lot of strength training these days. So I'm working chest and back. I'm not doing arms specifically, actually, because they get enough just from the back and chest exercises. And of course, core, abs, and lower back and that sort of thing. So twice a week, I do strength. I'm trying to put on mass. I'm trying to do that until about April. That's the plan. And then I'm going to stop working on mass because I don't want to get too heavy for running. And then I'm going to prime those muscles to get stronger by working on strength rather than mass. So that's my fitness goals for the next few months. And as I said, for the whole year, it's just about building. And I'm also planning like this autumn, I'm going to keep my mileage, how much I'm running every month, every week, stable for the whole October, November, December. That's the plan. And then I'm going to start working at that time when I'm stable in terms of volume. I'm going to work on my legs and do strength training for my legs. So it's all about really, training is all about consistency and then having like different periods. So it's called periodization, where you do, you're not doing the same every week or same every month of the year. You have different periods where you do different emphasis. That way you can work on one aspect at one point and another aspect another point. So that's fitness-wise, which is, I guess, our main obsession right now. We are super focused. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to run and train. But of course you can't do that. You got to recover. So in the meantime, I'm just doing other things and reading about training and
talking about training.
Give me the book there.
You are talking a little bit about running.
I'm talking about running quite a lot. My brother Mats gave me this book for Christmas, and I've heard this is like the Bible. Jack Daniels, a good running coach. I'm going to read that in this, get some more education into my head.
And it's really scientific about it.
Oh, it's like crazy. It's like graphs and
I think if you're interested in running, it might be a good if you're interested in serious running.
It depends on your it really depends on your personality, right? Because my personality is I want to know the science, the details. But Mom says all the time, I do talk about running all the time. Tim says, great to see what results you could get. Yeah, I'm looking forward for the results. It's
same here. I mean, we don't really know because at the moment you're at like 8 kilometers is a normal run for you.
Yeah,
and that's not extreme by any means.
No, I'm a beginner, basically, like that.
But you're going slowly up the mileage, and you are doing it correctly. And so, in a year, there's quite a large possibility that you might be running insane amounts.
Yeah,
which is kind of
strange. It's going to go up and up, and performance hopefully will increase. And I'm oriented in terms of results, but my main thing is just I love the act of running. I just want to run more. I just want to run so I can run more. I like the idea of just running a lot. So I also got this book from my parents, which is about the different marathons around the world. So that's a cool little casual read as well. And some other running gear. I got some running shoes and all that. But so basically just if I were to sum up my plans for the next year in like one word, it's just running or just training. Super focused.
I guess it's kind of started last year for us. I remember on Koh Phangan in Thailand, an island.
Yeah.
When we were living there, I was really starting to get into biking as exercise, and you were also running until we got bitten by a dog and kind of set back a little bit.
Yeah, 3 months no training, it set me back a lot.
Not because of the bite per se, but
the vaccine. I had to take the vaccine. You've probably seen it in a video. If you haven't, you can check our videos where I was bitten about a dog. So, all right, that was my fitness goals for the next year and beyond. And
so basically, what happens when you're done in this?
When I come home in April, because I'm coming home in April, first of all, I'm going to NIS, which is not, and you're staying here. So both of those, NIS is not subtropical even. The fruit is going to suck. It's not going to be any good fruit-wise.
It's going to be like here.
Yeah, so why am I going there then? Well, partly it's a little bit warmer and dry. I can do my running training better there than here in Norway, where it's so cold. But most of all, it's really that we both have this need to be closer to home this year, not do any kind of crazy traveling. So the channel is also going to change and reflect that we're actually not going to do so much traveling this year. We need it for our personal health and well-being. It's just I'm not keen on going far and going tropical. I'm just keen on staying home, being home, just cultivating something other than a nomadic fruit traveling life. Everything is ebb and flow. This is life. So I'm coming home already in April, which is before it's summer. It's like just barely getting into spring, but it's good enough for running. And I want to come home as soon as possible, actually. So when I come home, that's when the next stage, I guess, starts happening with the house, with the farm. There's going to be renovation happening, and we also need to fix up this house.
There's a lot of stuff that needs doing here before it sells.
Yeah, like painting walls and making it nice for selling it, and painting and probably washing the whole house on the outside. Together with our parents, we're going to work on that. And then there's moving time sometime during the summer. Our parents are moving up. We will be moving into this little side building where
it's like 15.
Earlier. We'll do that already in May or hopefully in April.
It's very close to the house, like 20 meters. It's small, and there's someone living there at the moment, but we're kicking them out. I would
guess it's something like 30 square meters, or maybe a little bit more, 40. I don't know. So we're moving in there. We're renovating this house a little bit. We're starting to renovate up there. Then our parents are going to move in, and it's going to be a change, like a point in our lives and in our parents' lives that is like, wow, from now on, everything is going to be different. And that's awesome. Change is always scary. It's always like you're attached to the past. You're attached. Oh my God, I'm losing this house. And oh my God, what about, all the things I'm used to, and I'm never going to be able to go back. But then you embrace it, you let go of the past, and then there's like a new door, like Bob Marley says, when one door is closed, another one is open. You got to look for those open doors, not dread over why some doors are closed. When a door is closed, it's closed. You look for some other doors. And I'm a supporter of burning bridges. Burn your bridges. Just like don't think about saving those bridges. You know what I mean? Like an analogy. Move forward always forward. Look, what can you do? What's the potential? What's next? Building that momentum. So there's a lot of cool things that's going to happen over the next few years, and forever really, but for the next few years, moving up to that farm and everything.
And then autumn comes and winter comes again, and that part is kind of blurry for us at the moment. We do have possibilities.
I think it is, that blurry thing is a good thing. It should be blurry. Like the future is blurry. You don't know what's going to happen in 10 seconds. Anything can happen. What's going to happen tomorrow? No one knows. It is blurry to some degree, but we plan out what we want to happen and we work for it.
Mhm.
But we should always allow for that blurriness to still stay there,
Yeah.
to allow for spontaneity, to allow for random things that happen,
Mhm.
things that we don't anticipate, things that we don't expect.
I think it's extremely important to have a blurry future, not necessarily that far in the future even, but for me, I'm like, I don't really lay any plans other than for the next 2 days. When I do make plans and appointments and such things, I keep thinking about them all the time, and when the day comes, I might not want to meet that person or do that thing, and that really pulls you down and keeps you like locked in this box, and it's not nice. So yeah, don't make appointments.
Yeah. Appointments are
the
it's
devil.
it's a difficult thing because it locks you in.
Mhm.
But then again, you have to make some sort of appointments and plans
Yeah.
if you are going to have a certain life. You can either have that random life moving around, going to flow, or you can have that sort of deliberate life where you plan. And all our training, even your strengthening,
Yeah.
is a plan. You have a plan, you have a system that you're following.
Mhm.
So reaching your goals requires some kind of plan. But then again, it's all about being loose with that plan and being relaxed with it, and allowing it to change, allowing the plan to be fluid,
Mhm.
blurry, and constantly changing. Let the plan evolve with you, basically.
Mhm. Do you guys have any plans for the winter? Because as we said, we might not go anywhere next winter.
You're asking them for their plans next winter?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would be interested in hearing your plans this year, like the year coming
Okay.
now, before next winter. Or was there
Yeah.
anything specific you want to know?
Not really. I was just interested.
Yeah.
But yes,
Let us know
sure.
your plans in general for the next year, I'd say. I would
Mhm.
love to hear, what are you doing this year? Is there anything interesting going on in 2017 for you guys?
Mhm.
Are you
Even
traveling?
your mom.
Are you traveling anywhere now this winter, for example? Are you staying at home the whole winter? Annette, are you going to be in Canada the whole winter? Tim, staying in Europe? Let us know. But autumn comes around. We don't know whether or not we're going to stay in Norway for the whole autumn next year, up until Christmas, or if we're going to go somewhere like we did now, La Palma, and then come back. I'm kind of, right now, I'm feeling like I want to stay at home. When I come home in April, I want to be home all up until Christmas.
Yeah.
And then just suffer through those autumn months, November especially, and then December, and then maybe go somewhere probably tropical, I'd say, in January 2018.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, because for me, my priorities have changed a little bit in the last year, now that I've been getting into running so much. As before, it was almost like fruit was my main attraction. I wanted to go where the fruit was.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm more like, I want to go where I can train, where there's good training areas to run, and where it isn't too hot.
Yeah.
The tropics tend to be too hot. So I prefer now, I think, more of a temperate summer climate or a subtropical winter climate, or even a tropical climate if it's in the winter time and it's not in the deep tropics, and maybe if it's on altitude as well, like Costa Rica. When we were there, it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Stuart is also here. Hello. Baosheng during festival June 2017. That's a good.
I'm somewhat envious.
Yeah, that's
because
cool, man.
We're in need of some Baosheng. I mean, we were there once.
Yeah, for 2 days or something.
Yeah,
that's all we've had from Baosheng,
and that was just absurdity.
Yeah,
craziness.
Have you been there before, Stuart, or is it your first time? So yeah, next autumn we might stay in Norway simply because we need to slow down a little bit, stabilize. You can get a very scattered energy when you're always moving around, traveling, always looking out. So now I'm more looking home, and it is a compromise in health, obviously. Staying in Norway for at least parts of the year, like right now, it's not healthy. It's too dark, not enough sun. Vitamin D is a problem. And of course the temperature makes it difficult to be active outside and that sort of thing. But and the fruit is terrible. But sometimes that's just where I need to be right now.
I have this crazy thought that this would have to be 2018 actually. That said, I really enjoy the thought of Japan because I'm a Japan nerd geek, and just the thought of walking from one end to the other, or from one end to Tokyo or something like that, would be absolutely awesome. I'm just imagining like having a really small backpack, super ultra lightweight, like ultra lightweight,
like 2 kilos.
Yeah, and just recording it. I got like a smartphone for Christmas, which is a big step for me. But I like the idea of it would be cool to film all the way and put out videos of me walking through.
Yeah, you could make a separate channel just for that.
Yeah,
I could always send people there on the main channel.
It would be very cool, but it will have to be in the spring next year because it's too cold during winter, and summer I want to be here.
So lots of interesting plans on the horizon. Basically, it's this life, man. It's so awesome. We are always constantly having these amazing plans. Just like, I want to run ultra marathons. We want to build, work on building that farm. You want to walk through Japan. And it's awesome that we have the privilege to do this. Of course, the privilege is not being able to do it. The privilege is knowing that you can choose to do it and then going for it. It doesn't mean it's difficult. It's easy. There are challenges, and there's also, there's going to be obstacles, and some people get these obstacles, other people get these obstacles. Some people get these benefits, other people get these benefits. You'll get benefits and you get obstacles, both in different ratios. But regardless, if you want something, you can get it, and that's the point. So we're getting it. We're going for it. So
Tim is saying that he can't really go anywhere else. Maybe I'll go on a vacation to some dark sky place where I'm able to stargaze. And La Palma is a kind of good place for stargazing.
Oh yeah,
you can go to the top of the mountain there, which is a bit of a
you don't even have to go to the top of the mountain. You can just go to Punta Gorda.
Yeah, but it's something else at the top of the mountain because you're above the clouds and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently extremely nice dark sky with stars.
But then I remember the best sky I've ever seen was in Punta Gorda when we were staying at La Rosa at one of the campsites there.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember looking up and there was no light pollution whatsoever. And it was just like, oh my God. So, and La Palma is subtropical. It's warm. Lots of great bananas there. So maybe you should go there for a trip. But there's something to be said about just, having consistency and being in one place, even though it's difficult at times. You suffer through it. Mom says, Japan?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Maybe you'll join. Our mother and father has a history of
hiking,
long
distance hiking.
Yeah,
they walked from
ultra hiking.
Yeah, they walked from Oslo to Trondheim. It's like 700 kilometers over a few weeks. So that's pretty cool. So they have some cool plans as well. They want to walk through Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
So adventures ahead, awesome things lie ahead. And 2017 is going to be an absolutely epic year. And it's a decision. So, if you can decide to, if you're looking ahead and you're like, oh, this is going to be not the best year, or I just have to do this or I have to that. Why? You're the one in charge.
Yeah, it's all about choice.
You can just decide, hell no, I'm not going to do all those boring things. But what about this? What about, oh my God, what will happen? Yeah, you don't even think about that. You just ignore the fear and you just go for whatever you're passionate about. You just go for it full force, ignoring the fear. Just be naive. You'll learn, you'll fall down and you'll get up again. You'll fall down and you get up again endless times. But these are the lessons that propel you forward. So just keep doing it. Just go for whatever you're passionate about, and you can make it happen. You will make it happen. And it's not, life is not awesome because you achieve your goals. Life is awesome because you pursue your goals. Like the pursuing part of it is what makes it awesome, not the achievement as such. Achievement is cool. It's like a little bonus, like, I achieved my goal. But then now what? Next, you make another goal and you keep pursuing that. It's the pursuing process that is actually the good one.
Yeah.
Mom says mat fixet, which means she fixed our food. So like we're eating sweet potatoes and potatoes for dinner, and they're ready on the steamer. And our mom just started the steaming process so that we can eat our dinner in about 15 minutes. Perfect. Thank you, Mom. And Tim says he wants to go to La Palma. Well, you should. La Palma is a good place to visit, I would say. A lot of good reasons to go there.
It's safe, very safe, ultra safe, and in many ways.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we have planned? Well, we could talk briefly about the channel just at the end now, at the YouTube channel and the project. Well, we are working on another ebook.
Yeah.
It's going to probably come out by the end of the year, but no promises. It's about fruit, of course.
Naturally.
We won't say anything more than that. It's a cool, I think it's going to be a great ebook.
It's the one we've been working on from the start, basically.
Yeah, it's going to be a really nice, good ebook.
Yeah.
Or a book in general. We also want to get our other books printed.
Yeah.
On print on demand, something like that. We have several things we're gonna try to do more stuff here on Patreon. We want to upgrade our operation here on Patreon and get some more quality content out to you guys. We want
insider stuff.
More insider stuff. We want to do better on Facebook. We want to keep being consistent on YouTube. We're quite consistent, as you know. We have been very consistent with YouTube. We want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
We'll get a new banner, I think. We have a few little details there that we want to upgrade. And in terms of the content, I'm looking forward to making lots of cool videos in this. And
I might put out a few here as well.
Yeah, because now you have a camera.
I do.
Yeah. So
iPhone 7.
So lots of cool videos coming from both of us over the next few months. Topics about health, of course, natural living, fitness, and probably less traveling topics and more living in cold climate topics as well, which includes diet and not eating in a completely raw diet, which is what we're doing now, and eating some cooked food, and maybe talk a little bit of how that affects us and why we think it's good and not necessarily all that bad. Those are some of the topics that we want to get into more.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about the next year. It's going to be nice. Proud 007. What does that mean, Mom? Let us know.
No.
We didn't understand that one.
But yeah, I think we're pretty much gone through the big portions of the year.
Yeah, we're building fitness. We're moving, renovating, fixing. I'm going to Nis. You're staying in Norway. And finally, we are upgrading the channel and generally having awesome thoughts about the future.
She was talking about my phone.
Oh,
yeah, I'm very proud of my phone.
Yeah, it's a nice phone. Show them your phone.
I'll show you my phone. I think everyone's seen the smartphone by now, though. It's black. It's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna finish off and go down and eat dinner. Hope you guys are having a good morning or evening, wherever you're at. I think some of you are in morning mode in the United States and Canada and that sort of thing, and some of you are in Europe mode, which is evening, probably dark in Netherlands too right now, I think, right? Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Hope you join us in the next month.
Yeah, join us in the next one. It's always fun to have someone to talk to when we know you're there.
Yeah,
it's fun. And of course, if you're watching this recorded, that doesn't apply to you guys that's watching right now. But if you're watching the recording of this, which will go on YouTube in a month, you will know that if you want to join the next one live, chat with us, you can do that by signing up on patreon.com. And guys, thanks so much for supporting us on Patreon. It's amazing. It allows us to do what we love. Thanks to you guys, we're able to
put our energy into making videos rather than painting walls.
Yeah,
that much.
Yeah, we do some of that as well, painting walls. But the more support we get through Patreon and other sources, the more we are able to follow our passion and spread the awesomeness.
Yeah,
and it comes back to us, and it goes in a cycle, this awesomeness cycle. Morning mode for Aneta. Yeah, thank you for the chat.
Indeed, thanks.
All right, thanks guys. Have an awesome day, evening, and have a good dinner. Tim, hope you're enjoying your food, and I will see all of you guys later.
Indeed.
Yep.
Thanks. See you, and bye.
Bye.